scholars and staff. It is now 7:28. We're going to go ahead and get started with some morning announcements this morning. It is going to be a great day in the Eagle's Nest. It's the halfway point of the week. It is Wednesday, September 14th. We're really excited for another great day in the Eagle's Nest. We're going to go over a couple of things on announcements this morning. It's going to look a little bit different because we're going to go over one of our drills today. We've already had a fire drill this year, and we have those once a month, scholars. But today, we're going to talk briefly about our tornado drill that we are going to have right after announcements this morning. I will lead you through that, and we will get it done as quickly and efficiently as possible so we can get you back into class today. But man, I will tell you, it's so good to see all of our scholars coming in this morning. A lot of smiles, a lot of fist bumps, a lot of hugs this morning. So good to see all of you this morning here in the Eagle's Nest. Tomorrow, I'm excited because on morning announcements, we get to start Hispanic Heritage Month. It is going to be a great month where we get to celebrate the customs, traditions, and cultures of Hispanic Heritage Month, and I'm excited about that. We'll get to highlight somebody every single day and also talk a little bit further, and there's some further learning that you can do too inside your classrooms by watching some videos and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited about Hispanic Heritage Month, which starts tomorrow. Hey, just a couple of quick reminders. The cell phones and the hallways being voice level 0. We know about those reminders each and every day. We're doing really good at that, scholars, so continue to keep that up. I saw really an uptick in that yesterday being a really good thing about being voice level 0. So making sure that we're continuing to do that. Also, just as a reminder, if you come to the car rider line in the afternoon, and you are a van rider, remember, we have a new spot for you. So make sure that this afternoon when you come in, you're listening so you know where to go in the afternoon if you are a van rider in the gym. All right, we also have something today called NWEA testing. So this is just a test to help in math and reading, to help understand kind of where you are as a scholar and where you are with your content, to see what our teachers can do to continue to help you. So take your time with that today. You'll just be taking that during your class time. It's not an EOG or anything like that, but it definitely, scholars, is something you want to take your time with because it's going to really help kind of guide where your teachers are going to take you over the next couple of months. So make sure you're taking your time on that this morning, putting forth some good effort. And then you'll get some recess time today because it's looking pretty good outside. The high of 80 today. It was feeling good this morning when we were coming in. It's currently about 60 degrees outside, which is kind of nice, right? But with that, it is going to be nice Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. There it is. Had to move out of the way. So there it is. Looking like we'll have some recess time each day this week. All right, Fairview 5, let's make sure that we know what the Fairview 5 is, right? Number 1, we're actively listening to the speaker. Number 2, we're keeping those hands and feet to ourselves. That's helping us practice self-control. Number 3, we're cleaning up our area. Number 4, we're being kind to others with our words and our actions. And number 5, we are doing our best daily, right? Doing our best each and every day here in the Eagle's Nest. And then before we review our tornado drill this morning, let's finish up our vocabulary word of the week, right? Where we talk about the word and the definition on Monday, a picture on Tuesday, and then put it in a sentence or two on Wednesday. So that's where we are today. And so we talked about on Monday, the word is develop, D-E-V-E-L-O-P. And if you want to develop, right, then that means it's to something that grows and advances gradually over time. So it grows over time. So I showed you a picture of it the other day on announcements, and it was year 1 of planting a tree all the way to year 20 of that tree. And you see how that tree has developed over time because it has gradually grown over time. So that's what the word develop means. So we use it in a couple different ways. Today, I'm going to show you 2 sentences that can be used with develop, but also tomorrow, I'll give you a couple more ways that you can use develop as well. So let me get out of the way so I can pull it up. So check this out. So I've got 2 ways that you can use the word develop. Zamarian developed a plan to study for his spelling test in Miss Walton's class. So notice how I used the word developed, right? If Zamarian's going to develop a plan, that means he's going to come up with a plan that's going to help him grow over time, right? And check this out. Whenever Coach Finch comes across a problem, he develops a solution, right? So if he comes across something in class or comes across something, he says, okay, this is the problem. Here's what I need to do to make sure that I'm growing from this and making sure that we can figure out what the solution may be. So in both of those examples, both of the people are growing, Zamarian and Coach Finch are growing a plan to come up with something to be successful at something. So I'll give you a couple of more examples tomorrow with the word develop, but I want you to see the word develop, and then I want you to see the two sentences, and I underlined them and bolded them for you, right? Developed has a ED on the end and develops with an S on the end. So the word is still the same and the meaning in this sentence still means the same, but sometimes the ending changes a little bit. I heard some of our first grade scholars talking about that the other day, right? Really good stuff. So the word is still the same, but the ending can change it up just a little bit. So I used it in a couple of different ways today. And tomorrow I'll show you a couple of more ways that you can use the word develop as well. But that is what a full Freyer model, that's what that box is called, those four corner boxes. That is what a full one looks like with vocabulary. So we'll continue our study on develop tomorrow. We're going to move very quickly into talking about our tornado drill. And then we will get off announcements and actually practice our tornado drill. So scholars, just make sure that we are actively listening during this time. I know you're actively listening during announcements anyways, but make sure you're focused up right now on the screen, because if you've been here at Fairview before or any school, you've practiced a tornado drill, but maybe you need a quick reminder. So there on the left-hand side is a picture of the tucked position. So the tornado drill, yes, it's an awkward position, right? Because you got to stay on the ground and you have to keep your hands over your head to protect your head. But I promise, the faster you get downstairs and quietly up against the wall in the tuck position, the faster the drill is over. I promise, okay? So we just practice this every now and then because you never know if we'll have a tornado in the area. And if we do, we want to make sure that we're keeping everybody safe. So first things first, everybody comes from downstairs to join the first floor, because during a tornado, you want to be on the lowest floor. And in our building, of course, that's the first floor since we have two floors. But you're going to hear two different terms, scholars. You're going to hear a tornado watch, and you're going to hear a tornado warning. So we'll go over both today. I'll come over the loudspeaker here in just a few moments, and I'll say at this time, we're going to practice a tornado watch. If it's a tornado watch, that means you just stay put. That just means that the tornado is possible, but just be prepared to move at any time. And teachers will know what to do, because if I say tornado warning, which I'll come over the loudspeaker and say that again, that means that we will quickly stand up with your teacher's direction. You'll push under your chairs and you will line up and you will go to your designated area. Now, for most of you, that's going to, on the first floor, it's going to be right outside your door. And then for upstairs, you will then come downstairs. Second and third grade, you go towards the media center. Fourth and fifth grade, you come down closer to kindergarten and just kind of fill in where you can. Now, it gets a little tight, but it is something we want to make sure that we're practicing just in case we ever have that severe weather. So staff, I sent an email out yesterday. You can refer to that if you want to see where specifically your group is heading, but everyone is on the first floor. That is the biggest thing. And scholars, once you are in position, everybody's in position, it's quiet, we will hear that the tornado warning is over. And at that time, you'll then stand back up, you'll line back up and you'll voice level 0, go back upstairs with your teacher and get your day started. Okay, so thank you so much for your participation here in just a few minutes on our tornado drill. We'll do 2 of these this year. Drills just to practice to make sure that we are always ready just in case of severe weather. But I wanted to make sure that you saw it on the screen first this morning what those 2 words were. So at this time, I'm going to end announcements and I'm going to go over the loudspeaker so we can begin to practice. Remember, scholars, I'm going to do a tornado watch first, which means you stay put. And then when I say tornado warning, that's when we are going to begin moving into place. So, hey, I hope you have a fantastic day in the Eagle's Nest, especially after we do our tornado drill. Make sure you're getting after it today. You're taking your time on that NWEA test today. just making sure that you're doing everything you can to be successful, following the Fairview Five, and having a fantastic Wednesday in the Eagles Nest on your pursuit to being an elite scholar and being a scholar of the week this week. I look forward to seeing you in the hallway here in just a moment for our drill. I hope you have a fantastic Wednesday.